Okay, so Rose just finished competing in the morning session. She didn't make it to the final, unfortunately. I just have a couple of things to say about that. Obviously, you know that Rose Yeboah has a personal best of 1.97, which she made on the 18th of June, I believe, at the NCAA Championship to win the competition. So the entire collegiate sport in America, Rose Yeboah is the champion. That is no joke. After that, it's been 6 weeks since then. Rose has been to one competition, the African Championships in Cameroon, which was very chaotic. The level of competition there wasn't great. But that is the only competition Rose has had since she won the NCAA Championships. Now, I know Ghana Athletics and many others, including myself, have spoken widely about that big gap. And the big gap is usually when the collegiate competition ends and when the major athletics competitions begin. The Olympics always late August, always late July, early August. The World Championship, same thing. But the collegiate competition always ends in the middle of June. So our athletes are always left to fend for themselves for that period. The question you have to ask yourself is, what has happened to Rose between that June 18 and now? So much so that she can't even jump 1.92 anymore. This is not Rosie's fault. She's a massively talented athlete. But I think this issue has to be fixed. Otherwise, we're not going anywhere as a country. We have collegiate athletes. Thankfully, somebody else, universities in America, are investing heavily on these athletes, training them. We just need to take over for that 6-week period. What have we done for Rose? She was in Ghana for 2 weeks after the Cameroon Championship. Doing what? Training in Cape Coast. That is not the standard required of an ACA champion. While her colleagues, some of the people she competed with, were competing in Diamond League competitions. And some of those competitions are paid for. You have to pay to enter. Without money, she was stuck in Cape Coast for 2 weeks. In fact, she was the only athlete to come with Team Ghana from Accra to Paris. And when she came here, she was training in Strasbourg. She also didn't have her coach. Many people will do everything possible to ensure that she had her coach. Even if her coach doesn't have accreditation for the games, the coach could have gone to the pre-games camp in Strasbourg. They had 10 days there. We could have flown her coach there. He doesn't require accreditation for that. And he could have been with her for that 10-day period to try and help her. We didn't do that. She's come to Paris, obviously without her coach. Coach Andrew did his best, he's doing his, but it's not the same as having your own coach. There is chemistry, there's relationship, there's technique perfection, there's all of those things. So we haven't necessarily invested in her or in the right places. So this is what we need to be doing. After that NCAA Championships, the government of Ghana, knowing very well that she had qualified for the Olympic Games, we should have invested in her, giving her money to go for proper competitions and train at the highest facilities, higher standard facilities. And all these things are paid for, they're not free. We didn't do that. Send her on trips, maybe camps, send her to Jamaica, send her to another training camp in the US. There's so many track clubs all around the world that can really help Rose get to the next level. But it doesn't look like we're interested. And this has happened so many times. It happened to Azamati, it happened to Joe Paul. Ahead of the Olympic Games in Tokyo, Azamati had run a national record after the collegiate competition. He wasn't running big meet. He went to Tokyo, didn't even make it out of the heat. And this keeps happening every single time. And I think that's exactly what has happened to Rose. And we really need to wake up, because Rose is a very, very special talent. A very special talent. This is the Olympic Games. She ranked 14th. She was 2 places away from the final. And that was even after she was only able to jump 1.88. She ranked 14th. It means at 1.97, Rose globally is top 10. Do you know what it means to have 206 Olympic nations in the whole world, and Rose is number 14? Come on, guys. Let's wake up. Let's do something. Let's do something. What would it take to just give her maybe 100,000 invest in her for 3 years, maybe every year 35,000 to enter the best competitions, to enter the best training facilities, pay for the best coaches, the best massage therapists, the best physiotherapists, everything that she requires to get to the next level. Let's do that for once and just see what happens. Because trust me, if you do that, that girl will go places. Anyway, morning session over. All the best to Talu Smith, Gina Bars, and of course Rosemary Chikuma, the 3 Africans to make the semi-finals of the women's 100 meters. The semi-final is of course on Friday, and the final is also on Friday. But this evening, the evening session, I'm very much looking forward to the 10,000 meter final, where Uganda's Joshua Cheptegei looks set to get the gold medal. Enough of my rantings. I'll see you in the evening.